Hello, welcome to this QV report tutorial. In this video, which is the second part of Assetto 2, I'm going to show you how to distribute your reports using the cycle generated report feature in QV report. Okay, so to start, I'm going to use the same file that I've already used. It's a ClickView file that I've already used in my previous presentation, and it features a list of fictitious wines and with their producers, so the winemakers. These wines are being analyzed, so you see a list of properties for alcohol, chlorides, and so on and so forth. But what's interesting now, I have a list of agents that work for these companies, for the producers, and some other agents which are external, so let's say independent people. And what is the difference? Well, all these people here and with their email addresses, they are in a table that's connected to the rest of the data, whilst these agents are in a table that's not logically connected to the rest of the data. You can see this better from the schema. So here I have the agents that actually work for the producers, the wine producers, and here I have the agents that don't work for the wine producers, so the independent ones. What I want to do is, using QV report, I want to send to each and every one of these recipients the report showing data just for the wines of the producer they work for. And whilst I am going to send a report, which is the general report with all the wines and all the producers, to each and every one of these people, all these recipients. Okay, let's get things started. Let's get back to QV report. This is the report that I have created. It looks like this, and it features all the wines for all the producers with some of the data about the analysis that have been performed on the wines, and it also shows some average values at the bottom of the report. Okay, so I close my report, and once again I click on the Report Managers tab, and here are the cycle. Here's the cycle bar with all the buttons that I'm going to click now. So first thing first, I need to check that the settings are alright for my SMTP server, otherwise I will not be able to send out anything. Okay, once I'm sure that everything is working correctly, I have the test connection button to check this. I can exit, and I'm going to start now. Well, before starting, I also need to set up a template, which is basically one email that is going to accompany my reports when sending them out to my recipients. So I'm going to create one. I click on the white sheet, which is the icon for a new template. I give the template a name and a subject. And as you can see, I can define CC and CCN addresses in here. Well, so if I have some addresses that are not listed in my ClickView file, I can still insert them in here. And clearly these people, these recipients, are going to see the report in its entirety, so there are not going to be selections applied. When I'm done, I can save. I can now write my email: dear Mr. Here's the results, regards. I'm going to save this. Okay, I can now activate the report cycle button and define a new cycle. This time, as I'm sending a report to my agents, I'm not going to choose report from the cycle type, but I'm going to stick to email. Next thing, I need to attach the template for the one message, the one I defined before, so I have it in this list, and then an output path. This is because QV report creates a backup copy in dedicated folder of each and every report that's cycle generated. So I'm going to store a backup copy in this folder. I save, and I'm ready to start. Well, if you have watched the previous video, you will know now how to proceed. It works with drag and drop, so I'm going to select the report that I want to send out, and I'm going to drag it and drop it under the template, the email that I want to use to accompany it. At this stage, I right click on the report, I decide which is the format I want to use for the distribution. I'm going to use Excel this time. And the next thing, I activate selections. This way QReport is going to retrieve all the fields within the ClickView file in use for me to choose. Well, this time the field that I'm going to use is definitely email. So I have a list of values that are all email addresses. These recipients are the guys that actually work for the producers, the winemakers, but I also want to send out to some more people, and precisely the agents, the independent agents, and their values are contained in this file within the ClickView file, and I'm going to add them as well. Okay, I'm now ready to send, but it would be better, well, first I need to save. Instead of just sending now, what I can do is export test, perform a test in my export. This way QReport is only going to create the attachments each for every one of the recipients in the list, but it's not actually going to perform the mailing. So no email is going to be sent out. It would only happen if I click export and send. So in a few seconds QReport creates all the reports, one for each and every one of the recipients, and I can take a look at what happened. So if I have done everything correctly within my sending to agent cycle and under the wine report, I have one subfolder for each and every one of the recipients. So let's check this guy is the account manager for Fine Wines, and if I've done everything correctly, I should only see Fine Wines wine in the list featuring the report that I'm sending to this guy. Whilst for one of the independent agents, like John Doe for example, I should have a full report with all the possible values. So you see all the producers, all the wines are listed. Well, the next thing would be to just export and send, but unfortunately, as you can notice, all these email addresses are just made up, so nothing would happen. I would just get a lot of emails back undelivered. But clearly, when you're going to use it, make sure you're using real email addresses, so it's going to work for you. Okay, thank you for watching.